Hi, I'm Scott.
And I'm Michelle, and we are the owners of the Main Street Mouse.
And this is the Main Street Mouse Weekly Podcast, show number 152 for January 6th, 2025.
For your safety, remain seated with the doors closed, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside while the tram is moving. And supervise your children.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
'Cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness!
Soar into tower. We are ready for takeoff.
Dead man's tale, now tale.
I know not who you are, nor how I came to find you. But may I just say, aye.
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We're back.
We are back.
We need Eminem to do our intro.
Guess who's back? Yeah, so our last show we did a couple weeks ago, and we did it live on Facebook.
Right,
Which we
live
have
video show.
Live video show, yeah. We haven't done that in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of to close out the year. We talked about the Disney Treasure, our trip. We
Yes.
talked about Mufasa. We talked about kind of a year in review.
Right.
But now it's a whole new year.
A whole new
Oh,
year.
my God. Stop.
I try. I know I can't sing, but
No, you can't.
Yeah,
But I love you, though.
yeah, that means a lot. Don't laugh at me. Whatever, Atwood.
Hi.
Hi. I do have one great thing to talk about right now.
Okay, I know what it is.
The Detroit Lions.
Ooh.
The number one team in the NFC, number one seeded, home field advantage through the playoffs till the Super Bowl.
Yes. So, this is very exciting in our household and with all our family and friends back home in Michigan because the Lions is a long time coming.
Yes.
And yes, we're watching the games here in Florida, and we are super excited. And we were thrilled when they won that game last night.
God, I was so I was worried because the game was late last night. It was an 8:20 game start, and I kept worrying if they lose, I'm going to be in a foul mood. I'm not going to sleep because I'm angry. But instead, because they won, I was so happy I had a hard time sleeping.
You can't win either way. I would rather you be happy than mad, though.
Oh, I would have been furious all night long. I would have been tossing. Can't believe they did that.
I
And it's
know.
just, and sadly, I'm still trying to get out of that mindset of the same old Lions. Because the same old Lions would always disappoint us.
Always.
When they did. And this team for the last 3.5, 4 years has not been that anymore. Since Dan Campbell took the lead of this team has turned around. They are finally getting into a really good spot, and now we are the favorite for the NFC to.
You know what? You
represent
better
the
knock
Super
on
Bowl.
everything.
I can knock on anything, but I'm just saying what the favorite is according to a lot of stuff.
According to some people.
And last week you read something. So Verizon is doing like a Super Bowl party in 30 different cities across the U.S.
I did see that.
And their one for the Lions is on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
So other cities, it's different days. But for some reason, they picked to go to Ford Field on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, it's weird. But it would be very cool to be there. So, different stadiums across the country are having watch parties.
Watch party,
basically.
and then they had
Different
I think it said
events.
drills on the
Yeah,
field. You could actually
yeah.
do passing drills. A lot of stuff that the players do. Just the fun of what kind of the NFL experience is for the Super Bowl in New Orleans this year. I went to it in Detroit back for Super Bowl 40 some time ago. And it was fantastic. So I'm thinking this is like a minor version of that they're going to have in Detroit, which is
Could be.
awesome.
We want to go home right now.
Oh, my
We
gosh.
want to be home.
I do. I got the email this morning from the Detroit Lions that there was some tickets available for the game that's 2 weeks from yesterday. But I can't imagine how much they cost.
No.
So, oh well.
Anyway,
but we will
yay,
watch
yay
it.
Detroit.
Hopefully we get to see the Lions in a Super Bowl parade at Walt Disney World
Oh my
the day after the Super Bowl. That would
Okay,
be
let's not
fantastic.
get ahead of ourselves.
That would be
because
fantastic.
You know how
Hopeful.
things go.
I know. Fingers crossed. Hopefully it helps out.
And toes.
And toes and everything else you can cross. So we didn't really do a lot while we were been away. We did celebrate the holidays. We got through all that. Holidays are always up and down for everybody. So of course it was up and down for us, but we got through them. We did a few things though. We go back in time here a little bit. One of the things we did before the holidays is we went to SeaWorld for their holiday Christmas celebration, whatever you want to call it. And we got to see their skate show, their ice show, and their fireworks show on the water there.
Yeah. So, I know people feel some kind of way about SeaWorld. They don't think it's worth, all day park, blah, 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 among other things. But their ice show at Christmas time is top notch.
And that's from a former figure skater who
Yes.
performed in these shows.
I love how you give me credit for being a former figure skater. That's pretty interesting.
Well, I know you can't do it anymore. Your knee is bad.
I want to try it.
I
though.
know you do, but I'm afraid you'll blow out your knee. And then we'll be really in trouble because we don't have insurance. So I can't imagine what it would cost.
Okay, well, still, I would love to try it. But anyway, so yeah, I guess I kind of am an ice skating aficionado. I know what to
There
look
you go.
for because
Dorothy Hamill.
I did skate for 12 years, I think.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so here's the thing. I don't like to compare, but I'm gonna.
Okay.
So at Jollywood Nights, we had spoke about there. You knew what I was gonna say.
I was hoping you were going to talk about that because it's
okay.
a good comparison.
So I was standing opening night, Jollywood Nights. I was standing next to their quote unquote ice rink.
The rink was about the size of this room. 10 by 10 room.
Yeah, so it was very small. And I kept looking at the ice. And I'm like, that does not look like ice to me.
Right.
It's shiny. It don't look like ice. They're not watering it like you do before. I mean, I've been in ice shows. I know how it works.
Right, exactly.
So
and your brother played hockey for years.
And my brother
and
played
you grew up
hockey.
in Detroit, which is hockey town. So
yeah, so I know a thing or two.
Yes.
So yeah, that show was underwhelming. It was okay.
Right.
But then the next day I did some digging and that's not ice.
Right.
So anyway,
It's like
so
a big piece of plastic.
kind of. It's like slippery plastic, let's
Okay.
say. All right. And you could tell when they were skating on it, there was no like snow. There was no shushing.
Right. You didn't see the slush come up from the blade.
There was
button. Yes,
nothing.
yes.
Not a thing. No Zamboni to clean it.
Right.
Anyway, so so over at SeaWorld, they use like real ice.
Yes.
And the quality of the holiday ice show that they do is top notch.
Mm-hmm.
It's very well done.
Yes.
It looks like a major like production that you would actually pay to go see an ice show.
Yeah, I agree. It was very good.
It was cold that night. It got busy.
Mm-hmm.
But after the amazing ice show on Real Ice,
Which was about a half an hour.
Yeah.
That show was really good.
and they did a great job. And then they had like holiday music and like little fireworks and fountains going in the back. So SeaWorld does know how to do Christmas.
Yes, they do.
110%. So regardless of what you think about SeaWorld, Christmas, they do it really well.
They do. And they have one of the greatest stage shows at Christmas also.
Oh, with the live animals.
With
that
the
we
live
talked about,
animals,
yeah.
the live manger that comes to life, but it's through you're seeing the Christmas story through the eyes of the animals is the premise of the story that they're doing. So you get to see all these live animals come in, and I'm not talking little animals. They bring full-size camels in there. They bring cows in there. They bring.
I love cows.
You love cows, but they bring all these animals in there, so they know how to do that show, which is phenomenal. We took your mom and dad to that show a few years back when they were here.
And
at
they loved
Thanksgiving,
it.
and they absolutely loved it. They both had tears in their eyes. It's just a great way to tell the story, and in a theme park to tell that story is just amazing. But this ice show to me, I know we had talked about we wanted to see the ice show because everybody kept saying after we saw the one at Jollywood, they're like, yeah, SeaWorld does it so much better. So we had to go see the SeaWorld one. So we did get to
And
go.
they are 100%.
100%.
Right.
It's so much better.
Yeah. We didn't do the nativity this time, but yeah, like you had said, animals. It just they just do a really, really good job. And sidebar. Speaking of cows, I'm going to tell them.
I was wondering if you were going to talk about that.
I'm going to tell them about our cows.
So can I give them a little explanation of why that piece of land is there?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so right by where our subdivision is here, where we live, there is a plot of land that we pass almost every day when we go to jump on the 429 expressway. And usually, for a long, long time, there was only 2 cows that roamed this piece of land. Well, we've come to find out through other people that Disney actually does own this land. They maintain those cows. And it's something about keeping those cows on there. It's a tax break for the land, but Disney gets to keep that piece of property and such. So if you want to take over from there.
Okay, so I am a huge animal lover, like to the point of obnoxious. I get excited when I see animals all the time. So about a month ago, we're actually in my neighborhood Facebook group, somebody thought they saw an extra cow. Okay.
Somebody's walking down with an extra cow.
It's an extra cow.
Yeah.
So we go where I told you, I said, we have to look for the Disney cows because there might be another cow.
Right.
So we're driving, and lo and behold, resting its little face on the fence is a little white baby cow.
Right.
So cute, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then.
So it was Mama, Daddy, and Baby.
And Baby. Okay. Mama was gone for a couple days.
She was gone for a little bit, and probably because that's one thing we have noticed. Like when the hurricanes came through and such, Disney comes and gets the animals.
They come and get the
They
cows.
must
They
take
came,
them to
they
Animal
came to
Kingdom.
get them for Christmas, too.
Yes.
They must have Christmas dinner. So anyway, so I'll open some presents. So then you had told me you thought you saw another cow.
I did, and I wasn't sure. It was like one of those things. I was driving past the area, and I thought I spotted a smaller black cow. But I'm like, no, because we hadn't seen it before. And there's no way the mother had another baby because she just had that one. So
I don't know how the whole cow birthing thing works.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works either. But so I thought I saw something, and I texted you, and I said, I think there's a second cow. And you I could probably hear the scream through the text message of you squealing like that. So we had to make sure we went out the next time during the daytime so you could try to see if it was there.
And there's another baby cow. So there's Mama, Daddy, 2 babies. And what's funny is the one cow looks like Dad, the other cow looks like Mom.
Yep.
And they're always by Mama.
Always.
And oh my God. So life is hard, y'all. And you got to find some joy somewhere. And I told Scott today when we were driving, I said, if I am in a horrible mood or I'm depressed or whatever, I want you to make me get in the car and we're going to go look at cows because they make me happy. The Disney cows are the cutest little things ever. I just want to tell everyone that Disney has cows. They're by our house. There's babies. They're adorable.
Yes, and they're well taken care of. There's a big, looks like a pool
It looks like
that they
a
use
pool.
for
It's a
their
big
water.
dish.
And then they eat the grass and such that's around that area, but they're not malnourished at all. They're well taken care of over there. And
Well, I'm hoping it's supposed to. So you guys, I know it's really cold up north and there's snow and everything, but in the Disney area, we are gonna get cold tomorrow. Florida cold. Lows in the 30s and such. And I really hope that they at least go get some Spirit jerseys for the Disney cows.
Yeah, big Spirit jerseys for these
Yeah.
cows to wear. I mean, the little ones could wear probably just like extra large. But the
maybe
bigger
even
cows would need
smaller.
a lot bigger
I
than a
don't
2X.
know. But anyway, being that they're Disney cows, I hope that they keep them warm.
Yeah, and I know it's weird to say 30s is cold, but Florida, that is cold. But there's actually, they've mentioned it a few times that if it could get cold enough to where we might actually see some snow.
And I would go nuts. I would love every second
If
of
it snows, we're going right over to Disney, and we're getting video in the parks of snow falling because that will go viral.
We will be there.
We will be there.
Well, anyway. Okay, anyway, sorry. You were talking about SeaWorld, and I totally derailed.
No. I was done with
cows.
SeaWorld talking about that.
Okay,
but
anyway.
It was just, I was wondering if you were going to bring up the little cows that live by our home.
Disney cows, y'all. Hashtag Disney cows.
Disney cows. Forget the mouse. Forget the dogs.
The cows are the
The
cutest.
cows are the best one. Clarabelle knew what she was doing all those years ago. And they pushed Clarabelle
I don't like
out of the way.
Clarabelle, but I
know
like
you
them
don't.
cows.
She sings really good at
She
Christmas.
sings awful. Okay, anyway, go ahead. What's next?
So next up,
Cows. Moo.
so over the last couple weeks, we've gone to Splitsville a couple times with friends of ours. Once with Jackie and her family, who you might know Jackie from. She's one of our moderators on Facebook.
She
Jackie
is
Putney,
one of
and
our
helps out.
moderators.
Really good friend of our family.
House of Mouse Expo staff
House
as
of Mouse Expo
well.
staff. So we went and had lunch with her family at
Her husband
Splitsville.
Matt and her little boys that are the cutest little boys.
Yes, it was really good. We went over there and just talked for a couple hours. And
That's
and
way
had
before
lunch.
Christmas, like
Was
couple weeks ago.
Was it? And then again last week, was it last week? Or
Last Friday night.
Last Friday night, we went over to Splitsville again
Thursday night.
to have dinner with Chuck and Karen, who are, again, other staffers. Who work
Other
with the resort.
staffers. They invited us out to dinner, and it was chilly. We sat outside at Splitsville. They put out the heaters.
Until that one burnt out, we sat there.
Yeah, our heater burnt out eventually. But yeah, so it was nice. We haven't been to Disney a whole lot because, as you would imagine, our town has been packed with people. And now it's a given that Christmas and New Year's, terrible time to go to the parks.
Yes.
It was so crowded. We were checking like wait times, and I was looking at pictures online, and I'm like, there is no way.
No way. It's not. And as a local, we have that luxury. We can say,
Yeah,
you know
we
what?
have that luxury where
I
we
will
can say
wait.
no way.
But I can't imagine somebody coming here on vacation and having to deal with that, because you're thinking on your vacation, not a lot of people probably go to Disney for Christmas. Oh, no, they do.
Oh, yes, they
come out of the
do.
woodworks. And I remember the one day I did check, and I checked Hollywood Studios. And Hollywood does have the biggest, most fun rides total. They have more of them than any other park does. And it was like Rise of the Resistance was like 180 minutes, and the tower was like 120 minutes, and it was just some of the times it was like
Crazy.
5 or 6 of them were all over 100 minutes. I'm like, no.
And the one day, so again on Facebook, somebody had said that there was a 3.5-hour wait for Tron.
Nope.
Sorry.
It's a good ride.
It's a great ride.
But not worth 3.5. It's a 2-minute ride.
Yeah, no. And they were saying, like, people were showing wait times. Like, for Frozen, the line was all the way past, like, by Germany.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if you know the park, that's
far.
That's about a third of the way around the lagoon.
Yeah.
I mean, really, to be honest with you, so it's crazy.
But, yeah, I mean, if you went, God bless you. I hope you had a great time.
Hope you had a great time. And I think when you go during that time,
you kind of know. You know it's going to be
know
a
what
hot
you're
mess.
bringing. I feel bad for somebody who doesn't know because they get there.
If you don't know, you're going to know.
Yeah, if you don't know, you're going to know, and you probably never come back during that time. But if you know what to expect, this is what it's going to be. Our friend Sam was in town, and he messaged me on New Year's Day that he was at Epcot for New Year's Eve, and he said, "Wow, that was some great thing at Epcot." And we were at Epcot before COVID hit. We were at
it's like a big party.
It is. It's a big rave, especially in Italy. They have the stage set up and the lights. And
there was a rave, I think, in China too. So I love EDM music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I know. You showed me the
my
pictures
thing.
of the thing in Vegas. That
Oh my God, they had an EDM thing for New Year's at the Sphere in Vegas.
And I checked on tickets. It was $300 a person, and that was for the cheapest seats, which actually is the closest to the stage. But yet, if you want to sit further back to see the entire Sphere, it's like $5 something a person.
Yeah. Oh, well, bucket list. So anyway, yeah, Epcot. I think next year I would like to go to Epcot because, it just sounds like a good time.
Yes.
But yeah, that's the holidays.
Yeah, like I said, we really didn't much. But when we did leave Splitsville the other night, and we walked around the stores, we went down to World of Disney because there was some new merchandise you want to get pictures of and Valentine's merch and such. On the way out, because we parked in surface parking, because again, the Springs was also jam-packed.
Nuts, yes.
We passed Summerhouse on the lake.
Yeah.
And their little cookie bar.
Oh my gosh, the cookie bar.
Oh my gosh.
Go to the cookie
so
bar.
Good. I know everybody raves about Gideon's. And
No.
Gideon's cookies are good.
They are, but go to the cookie bar.
But these ones are like $4.95 to $5.95. They're huge cookies.
Big variety.
Big variety of cookies, and usually you only have to wait a few minutes. They're really quick in there. So.
Yeah, so those cookies are wonderful. I highly recommend them.
And I would say try, if you like Rice Krispie treats, the brown butter Rice Krispie treat, hands down one of the best Rice Krispie
you
treats
love
I've
that.
ever
It's
had
very
in my
rich,
life.
though.
It's almost as good as the Dole Whip Rice Krispie treat I had at Polynesian a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. I didn't like it. It was too pineapple-y for me.
Yeah, see, I love pineapples. So it worked out for
Anyway.
me. Yeah. So that's really all we did over the last couple weeks with the holidays.
Very
and
low-key.
stuff. Very low key. Kind of just stayed around and just relaxed. Took it easy.
Way
There
too
hasn't-
much relaxing.
Hasn't been a lot of news, so that's really kind of set the tone for what we could do because Disney hasn't come out with a lot of information.
No, Disney's been very quiet over the past few weeks.
But we do have a few news stories we're going to talk a little bit about here.
Okay.
And some of these we're just going to mention. In the show notes, you will see links that will take you back to the Main Street Mouse where you can read the story if you want to get more information about it. But one of the oldest news stories that came out since last time we talked to you guys was Bluey is going to be coming to the theme parks and also the cruise line.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're not, you know probably more about Bluey than I do.
I don't know a ton.
And I would say
'cause
you
we
don't
don't
know
have
them
little
much.
ones
No, but we know our nephews.
like Bluey.
They like Bluey. Greg likes Bluey.
Yeah, Greg likes.
And he's about the same with the kids area.
Yeah,
so
he
he
likes
knows
the
it.
kid.
He's in with
He's
the
a
kids.
kid.
He's a big kid, so he's into that time too. But I know there's a lot of adults who actually like Bluey, though. It's like a
Yeah, they say that there's jokes that adults would get. I just haven't ever taken the time to sit and watch it.
I forget about it, honestly.
Yeah, you and me both.
So, but yeah, so that's gonna be coming. So you can read more about
And
that.
that's a
there.
big deal people are excited about.
Huge deal. This next one was a big deal. It dropped the other day. We did put out the blogs about it. But free dining is being offered again for Walt Disney World
Yes.
trips. So you can read all the information on the blog that's in the show notes. But if you want to get booked with some of this free dining and such, reach out to our friends at MEI Mouse Fan Travel. Let them know you heard about them from the Main Street Mouse, and they will help you plan the perfect vacation and get you that free dining.
Yeah, there's links on our site, so just check it out at themainstreetmouse.com.
And I know we've talked about it before, but then maybe we got some new listeners. But free dining, I know a lot of people, everybody has their opinion. Some people love it. Some people, it's not a big deal. We used it. We got it in 2009. We still lived in Michigan. We came down here and we stayed at, originally we were going to stay at, I think, Art of Animation Wasn't that it, or was it one of the All?
No, we were gonna stay at
or Pop.
Pop or something, and I'm sure some people have heard this story a million times, but they moved us over to
Key West.
Key West, and they gave us a free upgraded room, and they added free dining.
And I kept the receipts for that week. So for that week, the receipts alone, without tip and everything, came to over $1,300. Now we were given the free dining, which was fantastic. And at that time, you got 2 sit downs a day, and then one or two snacks a day. I can't remember what it was back then.
I don't know, but it was very almost like too much food.
Yeah,
and that's when it was affordable to go to Disney.
It was, but that made it. When we
Even
realized we did, I remember we went to, I think it was 1 sit down, 1 quick service, and 2 snacks a day is what we had gotten. Because I remember at the end of the week, we had all these extra snacks.
Yeah.
And we ended up cashing them in to get whatever we could because we were going to lose them if we didn't use them. But it was actually phenomenal. So seriously, check into the free dining if you plan on coming in 2025. MEI Mouse Fan Travel will be able to help you plan that perfect vacation. Another thing that kind of goes with that is something Disney is doing for all of 2025 is that the day you check in at your resort, you're giving everybody in your reservation is given a free pass to go to the water park that day if you want. Now, right now, you probably wouldn't want to use it. It's getting a little chilly. But I could see like in the spring, summertime, definitely once you arrive, you can go over and hang out at Blizzard Beach, Typhoon Lagoon, whichever one's open. It doesn't cost you anything to go hang out there.
No, and you know what's interesting? If you have, your eyes and ears on social media and such, you hardly ever hear anyone talk about the water parks.
No, it's very rare, and I don't know why that is.
I don't know either. I like the water parks. Maybe they're doing this promotion. They're trying to get maybe more attention to the water parks because
Volcano Bay seems to get all the water.
Volcano Bay gets all the chatter.
And I like Aquatica better. SeaWorld's water park, I think, is top notch. I love that park.
See, and for me, water parks, I like them, but I'm such a germaphobe. There's certain things I don't like about them.
But the germiest thing we ever saw was at Typhoon Lagoon.
Okay, gross. We're not talking about that.
I'm not saying we're talking about. I'm just saying that was where we saw this.
Yeah, in their pool. Blech. So, I
all these people are listening going, what was the thing they saw?
You don't want to
know.
So, yeah, and that was years ago, by the way.
It was years ago.
But I just, I like water parks. I will, go sit and put my feet in the pool and such. I don't like, okay, you know what is the, sidebar, you know what is the grossest thing ever?
What's that?
A water park bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Because the floor is all wet.
Yeah.
And you don't know if somebody tinkled on the floor by mistake.
You have no idea.
Or if it's mixed in with water. And you see people
but it's the same with the pools. You don't know what.
Okay, but chlorine. We're talking about a nasty bathroom floor.
That's always got sand everywhere.
Ugh. So, yeah, you see people go in there to go potty bare feet. Oh, my God, my skin is crawling.
That's why I wear water shoes every time I'm at a water park.
I'll carry my flip-flops around. I can't. I will go to the locker and get shoes. There's no
I will
way.
buy shoes.
I will buy shoes. Or I will hold it till I get home. I am not going in that bathroom barefoot.
No, it's bad.
Nasty.
It really is. I know when we were at Castaway a month ago or whenever we were there.
We were there for
I did have to go to the bathroom while we were on Castaway. And I had my shoes on because we weren't prepared to go to the beach or anything like that. But I was sitting there in the bathroom, or I went into the bathroom and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad I have shoes on. Because and for the same reason you said, you don't know why the floor is wet completely. And I know that's gross. There's probably a lot of people going, oh, I never thought about that.
Well, you're welcome.
Sorry.
Now I have spread my germ phobia to all of you. So next time you go to a water park, you'll be like, Michele would never walk in this bathroom.
No, she wouldn't. We're going to start a list of bathrooms Michele would not go into.
Not going to.
And every water park bathroom is right at the top of that list.
So yeah, you're welcome. So anyway,
another big thing that happened. So yesterday was the final day of 2025 to ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at Walt Disney World.
Yeah, and it was the final day, but it was so it's officially closed for refurb today.
Yes.
The walls, I guess they have it all closed up, whatever. I don't know if it's necessarily walls, but it's closed. Right. They said it's going to be closed for at least a year.
Yes. The permit is good until I think it's March of 2026.
Okay.
Is what we're looking. I think March 13th, 2026 is what the permit allows them to work, unless they have to extend the permit, which I think they can do if they get behind or whatever could happens. So a lot of people are saying it probably won't be till the spring of 2026 before Big Thunder is open. Now, there's lots of reasons this could be. I know they're going to fix the track and tighten it down.
It's
and
so bumpy.
Get it back to normal. But I know they said there's also going to be a bit of magic added to the ride.
So we were speculating that. So if you go on Big Thunder out in Disneyland, they have like different like effects of like dynamite in the mine and stuff like that.
So I hope that's maybe some of the magic, or maybe our own version of it for our park here. I don't know exactly what they're gonna do, but that'd be something I think would be kind of cool to have added to ours here.
There's just some so Big Thunder has always been one of my favorites since I can't even remember. Okay, but. And I don't know if it's 'cause I'm getting old or what. But my back hurts sometimes on that 'cause it is bumpy.
Yep.
Especially the part where it's got, the track is rocking back and forth.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I feel like my ribs are going to get bruised. It's just so bumpy.
And that ride is actually, the medical community has said that if you have a kidney stone, that ride can help you pass it.
Because it's so bumpy.
Because it's so bumpy, you can actually, there's articles, if you go out there and Google
we put out that article a few years ago.
That ride can actually help cure kidney stones and such. Because
who needs a doctor? Who needs medicine?
a doctor? You just go to Disney. Disney's magic.
But not for a year.
For a year. So the ride is closed for a year. Now, I also wonder if any of that has to do with Beyond Big Thunder. Because they got to start bringing in the construction and stuff back there, and they don't want us to see everything. It also could have something to do with Tom Sawyer Island.
There could be reasons upon reasons, and it's only the 6th of January, and I'm sure there's going to be all kinds of things that develop this year.
Yes.
But I guess that remains to be seen. But it is possible.
Yeah, because for a year and a half for a refurb, or 15 months for a refurb,
a
ride seems like a lot. You could build the ride.
Long. Yeah,
you could rebuild the ride in that time. So it's like, I wonder if there's more.
Rumor is saying that they're not really changing it that much. So why do they need over a year?
And if they take some of the effects they have in Disneyland and bring them to Walt Disney World, they know how to do it already. It's kind of like the Hatbox Ghost. They knew how to bring that from there to here and put it in the mansion.
It took them forever to get him in.
It took them forever. But I think that there's more to this than just Big Thunder. I think it might be Beyond Big Thunder is getting some work, and that by having that closed, it gives them a way to get stuff in and out to start building that area, as well as Tom Sawyer Island. They'll be able to work over there eventually.
All right, this is Atwood's prediction. Yes, so we will see if that comes true. But I have a feeling that you might be onto something.
I might be. I'm pretty good at guessing some stuff sometimes.
Maybe.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But if you're coming, you're not going to be able to ride Big Thunder this year. So So go to Disneyland.
Go to Disneyland.
I love Disneyland.
I love Disneyland.
I know Disneyland.
Oh my gosh.
Walt Disney World's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Disneyland blows it away, but I just love Disneyland.
Me too.
So it's just a great park. So the last Disney news I had was something that just came out today. Speaking of Disneyland Resort, California Adventure Park is going to be bringing back the Lunar New Year's festival that they bring out there.
Right.
So the foodie guide dropped today with that, with all kinds of good food.
I bet.
So if you're going to be out there soon, go check that out. You can see what type of foods they're going to be offering, and there's a ton, actually. It was kind of crazy.
So I have a little something to talk about when it comes to Disneyland.
I know you didn't tell me what this little something is all about.
Because I just remembered when we sat down. Okay, you ready for it?
I'm waiting.
All right. So
patient.
All right. So today, so funny little thing. Scott barely reads our stuff. I put stuff out, and he's like, "I didn't see that."
Nope.
Okay, so I'm assuming that you did not see what I put out today.
Oh yeah, I saw. No, I didn't. Was it on the site or was it on social media?
On social.
Oh, social media, I for sure didn't see it.
Okay. So there has been rumors, all right, that the okay, I gotta rewind. Okay, we're gonna rewind.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna try not to make this a Michele long story.
Okay, well we have time to kill.
Okay, so, all right, so I'm gonna give you my story then. Well, a couple weeks ago, the photos came out for the new Haunted Mansion store.
Oh yes.
Out there.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, the internet critics had something to say.
Of course they did.
All right. So don't quote me because it's been a rough couple weeks. But some of the art, decorations, whatever, in there, people were saying were cheap.
Ooh.
Okay, like somebody said that the picture. Okay, this is what started it. The picture of the bride they have in there is not anything like the brides in any of the Haunted Mansion. It looked, and somebody found it like on Amazon for $30 or something. And then there was another thing like a vase or something. People were like, yeah, you can get that for $6 or whatever.
So now is this stuff people have already seen, or this is stuff that's been posted that's coming to that store?
Oh no, it's open and it was there.
Okay.
And there must have been, it must have been something that Disney was paying attention to, because as of late, those cheap decorations are gone. All right. So there was a lot of talk about the Haunted Mansion store, Haunted Mansion. Well, then from there, right, then there was rumors, because you got to remember that they have had the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay.
Yes.
All right. So they have to close the mansion and get rid of all the Nightmare stuff and put it back to normal.
Correct.
Okay. So the rumor was that the bride was going to be different now. Okay.
Okay.
Well, today I put up a photo of a new bride popcorn bucket that's coming to Disneyland Park, I think this week.
I saw a sipper.
It's a bucket. There's a sipper. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I thought you said sipper. I did see that.
Okay. That is what the new bride is going to look like.
It is.
So the bride that we have is not going to be the same as they have anymore. They're getting a new bride, allegedly.
How many brides are there?
I don't know.
There's tons of husbands because they've all lost their head. But there's only supposed to be one bride.
So, yeah, it could be a sipper. Whatever that was. I don't know what it was. But anyway, it was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, now I'm worried I said popcorn if it's not.
I'm going to look it up real quick.
Yeah.
While you talk, I'll look it up.
Okay. So, it's on our Facebook page.
Right now.
So, and then more of the chatter is that this bride is going to have a mirror of sorts behind her with different images.
It is a sipper.
Okay, what did I put?
No, you said Disneyland is getting a new Haunted Mansion bride. Here's the sipper that comes out on January 8th. Super excited about this one.
I said sipper?
Yeah, you said sipper.
Okay, see, I don't even know what I say half the time.
So she's holding the candelabra.
Yeah.
She's holding her bouquet of flowers.
And she looks a lot more scary than the one we have.
Yeah.
So, new bride. See, now I guess we just have to take a ride out to Disney.
Well, it looks like that's a trip, so we'll have to start a GoFundMe.
Research. But yeah, so they're getting a new bride, which is cool. And I really like the fact that there are some differences in their mansion out there, because I've said it before, I'll say it again. Haunted Mansion out in Disneyland is better than what we have at Disney World.
Agree.
And they keep tweaking it to make it little bits and different. And I mean, the outside is different.
Right.
There's just differences. If you haven't been, you must go. But yeah, the bride now.
Oh, interesting. And after seeing the Haunted Mansion parlor on the Disney Treasure, I really, really, really wish they would bring a parlor to the mansions.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Because I know a lot of people are excited about the Pirates Lounge that's coming, and and the Spaceship Earth one that's coming to Epcot.
Yeah.
I wish they'd build a Haunted Mansion one, because how cool would that be to have another building attached to the mansion?
Or next to.
That's a little, well, where Memento Mori is. Imagine if that was a parlor where people could go in and hang out and have a drink or have something to eat or whatever, but have all the same effects and all that stuff that you get in the house.
Yeah, because here's my philosophy. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. And people will be like, that's not right. Okay, so this day and age, let's say, a lot of people, or some, might not necessarily be able to afford to go on the Treasure.
Correct.
It is a 7-day cruise. It is not
expensive.
cheap.
We checked it out for Michele and I to go. I think we brought up end of February. It was almost $11,000 for just the two of us.
For two of us. Ain't happening. So, anyway, so that parlor is on the Treasure. And like, if you listened to our show a couple of weeks ago, we had the media cruise for the Treasure, and the Haunted Mansion parlor was hands down our favorite part of
any cruise ship, actually.
It's amazing. So it almost feels like it is just so good. It's almost too good to just let the Treasure have it.
Right.
But that could go two ways. They could use it, force people to go on the Treasure if they want to see it.
Yeah.
But for those who some people just don't like to cruise.
Right. Some people don't like being on the ocean. Greg hates being on boats. We know for other reasons. But Greg doesn't. I'm not. I will cruise, but I'm not the biggest fan of cruising.
See, I've grown to like it because of all the media cruises that we've gotten to do.
I don't get sick anymore.
No, well, we do take motion stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, my whole point was that if you can't make it on the treasure, then it would be so great somewhere on land to have something similar because the theming is so on point with Haunted Mansion here and out at Disneyland.
And imagine building in a park where they would have unlimited space, where on the cruise ship you're limited.
It's very small.
It's very small, and they only have so much space to make that all come to life. But imagine what they could do if they had a larger building that they could build that into, maybe even a second floor.
A restaurant.
A restaurant. There's just so much. I wish they would build, I know we've talked about this, a Haunted Mansion hotel.
We've been saying that for what? God, 12 years, 13
like that.
years.
I know they have rooms that are inspired by the Haunted Mansion.
Not good enough.
But I think it would just be cool to walk into a building that looks like the Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
And then once you're in there, you see the cobwebs, you see all the creaks and all the noises. Now, I don't know how many kids would like it, the wallpaper, just all that stuff. Now, I'm sure it would freak out some people. I would love it. I would book. That would be whatever it costs.
And it has to smell like the Haunted Mansion.
It has to smell like it. But you have the cemetery in the back of it that you could actually walk through. It would just be
all right, Disney, listen up.
Great.
This is a pretty great idea.
If you use it, I won't even charge you for the idea. Just let me stay one night. That's all I ask.
We are a bit biased because we love the Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
It's like our favorite. But Haunted Mansion Parlor is awesome. I really am curious to see now because when we were out at Disneyland for D23 last what was it, August? They had walls up, so they were just finishing the redo of the outside, the queue.
Yes.
And then they had it was still boarded up where the new store was going to be.
Correct.
So I would really love to see the finished product.
I would also, and the last 2 times we've been out there to Disneyland, it's been during the overlay.
Yes.
Because we've been out there for D23 the last 2 times. So I'm hoping the next time we go, it's back to the old version, just because I want to see the old version also. I mean, the overlay is fantastic.
It is amazing.
But I still want to see the classic ride out there next time we go. So maybe we have to figure out a way to get out there.
Oh, gosh, who knows? But anyway.
So I know they have a lot coming up, including the 70th this year, which begins in May.
No.
So
I'm going to start giving blood.
Well, we're going to do a GoFundMe. And if you want to give to our GoFundMe, we will mention your name on the air.
People will be like, no.
Here's a quarter.
Here's a quarter, and you don't have to mention me.
Please don't say my name.
Please don't say my name.
Here's 50 cents if you promise not to say my name. Okay, that's interesting, though, about the new bride. I had not read about that. So.
I know. I'm excited. I want to see it.
I would, too. I want to know who does the voice.
I don't know. And does she say the same thing?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same spiel, and they just.
I'm sure we'll find out because
there'll be press releases.
Allegedly, when they reopen after, which is coming up very soon, after the getting rid of the overlay, allegedly, she will be there when they reopen.
Good. That's a surprise then for everybody who gets to get on that right after it's all.
We will see.
I know. Now I really want to go out there. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Man. Always got to figure out a way to come up with more money. Okay, outside of Disney, we just have a couple quick news stories at Universal that have come out in the last couple weeks. So one was Universal has filed the plans to remove the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket roller coaster.
Oh, yes.
Now, this is the ride that if you've been to Universal or City Walk, you have seen this ride.
It is kind of the icon of the park because it goes all along the border of the park. It's that roller coaster that goes straight up and straight and then back down, and you can choose music.
Right, you choose what song you want to hear while you're on the ride playing. Right. There's cameras like all around you on the ride, taping you being on the ride so you to get those videos and such afterwards. But the ride has... Fans like it, but they've kind of want something different.
Well, from what I've heard, and
the chatter,
because I'm all about the chatter.
All about the chatter.
Word on the streets is that a lot of people think it has gotten to be because coasters, as the longer they're out, they change.
They do.
They settle. They whatever. They need updates.
Right.
A lot of people feel that ride has gotten to be too rough.
Okay.
And nauseating.
Okay.
I mean,
I've only rode it once.
Okay, so I rode it a few years back with. You didn't go on it. I went with the boys.
I went the very first time when we went to Universal when we first moved here.
Yeah. So I'm the trooper I've mentioned before. I will go on the rides with the boys. I will take motion sickness before I go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I even took motion sickness medicine, and I gave it time to work. And when I got off that ride, I was so sick. I mean, I didn't actually throw up, but I had to sit on that curb with like my head down.
Yeah.
You remember that? For a
Yep,
good
I
half
do.
hour. I couldn't. And that was with medicine.
Yeah, it just rattled you enough to where it bothered you. And
Yeah,
I've heard that about a lot of people, though. They say that ride is really rough. And it's a lot of times it's the first ride a lot of people do when they go to Universal Studios because it's the first one.
It's right there.
It's Minions and then Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket.
But I've also noticed that the line for that ride is not what it used to be.
No.
It's easy to get on. There's not a long line. So I think that there's probably very good reason. And I don't like change. I'll kind of miss how it looks, but I don't want to ride it. And I'll look at it, but I don't want to ride it.
I want to ride it.
Yeah, that last ride stuck with me so bad that it was like trauma. I remember I chose Stronger by Kanye West
Okay.
for my song.
Yes.
And I got off and I was not feeling stronger. I was feeling sick. So no thanks. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they put there. I hope it's something equally fun.
Right. It's a really a tight area because that ride does run through some of the buildings that are down as you get closer, like Jimmy Fallon's ride, where the tribute store usually is.
So the permit goes all the way down past like part of the Jimmy Fallon building.
Yes.
So whatever they got planned is going to be, I'm sure it's going to be great.
And I think there was a new building also added to that.
Possibly, yeah.
If you've ever been to HHN though, Hollywood Horror Nights, you know that behind all those buildings, there's a lot of sound stages and such.
There
back
is,
there. So they could always incorporate something like that into that.
There's way more property back there than you would even realize.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because remember when we went to Grinchmas, it was behind the scenes, and we walked forever.
Yeah, we went to Grinchmas. We were at Islands of Adventure where they let you in because you're in Seuss Landing. And we ended up, you walk all the way back over to the studios.
Area, but behind Hard Rock.
Yeah, but you're backstage. You're not on stage at all, which is really always cool. I don't know why I still like walking backstage. I just think it's really cool to see the
You feel all important and stuff.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. So, yeah, we don't know what's going to happen with that, but as more information comes out, we'll be sure to share it with you guys. One other thing we want to mention, and it's kind of a sad note for why this happened. So if you've been to the Sensational Symphonic Spectacular.
Symphonic Spectacular.
There you go, because I don't know how to pronounce words correctly. At Universal, it's an amazing show. They have 3D projections. They have water projections. They have
little fireworks.
They have drones. They have so much going on with that show, and it touches a lot of the properties that Universal.
Yeah, like Ghostbusters and different things. Back to the Future.
You see the big Marshmallow Man up there. Harry Potter has parts in there. Jurassic Park, of course, has parts in there. So they've temporarily. Hopefully they do come back. They've removed the drones from the show.
Which I think make the show, by the way.
They do make the show. But the reason they removed them is because Lake Eola, which is very popular in this area, there was a incident where a 7-year-old had a drone fall on him and hit him in the chest where he had to have open heart surgery.
Oh, my God.
Because of it. So because of that, the FAA has announced there's an investigation going into that. And so a lot of the shows that were in the area, there was another show that was going to happen at one of the resorts, a drone show that they canceled before the holidays because of that. This drone just fell out of the air.
Right. And I wonder if it's a similar company or the same company. Like, why? So, like, I get what happened at Lake Eola is terrible. But it's not the theme park. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that was separate from Universal.
Right.
So I guess there has to be reason.
And if you recall, so a lot of times over the summer and such, when we've seen different drone shows around, you always comment, why don't they do these in the parks and stuff? Why don't they do them above us in the parks? This is why. Because drones are not allowed to fly over people, wherever you're stationed. They have to be over
it's
open
over
water.
The water at Universal. It's not over people.
Yeah, they said it was where it took off from. Or at Lake Eola was supposed to be over the water also. But the way this one fell, it fell and hit the child. So that's why they're trying to figure out what happened exactly, why this drone fell out of the air. Did it collide with another one, and that's what caused it to fall?
Because we had the drone show at Disney Springs over the water.
Yes, and I think over the water, as long as it's all, but I see at Lake Eola, we don't know because that is just one big circle. So it could
and where did it take off from?
Yeah, exactly. Where does it? At the drone show at the Springs, they had an area that was over by the resorts. kind of in the parking lot where they took them off from. So they went up and they went right over the water.
Yeah, it wasn't like an area where people could stand.
Exactly. So I think the theme parks will be okay, and these will come back. And I know at IAPA every year they have the big drone shows they do to show what drones can do. And drones are absolutely amazing.
They are pretty cool.
It blows me away what a drone can do. We've seen the ones from Detroit last year a lot with the Lions. They did a couple drone shows and this year too.
And you know there's going to be more.
Oh, there's going to be a lot more, I hope.
That's right. Go Lions.
So it'd be interesting to see, but that is a great show. So hopefully the drones do come back to Universal. That once everything is checked out,
I can see why they have to check it because they don't want something terrible to happen again.
Exactly, it's a safety concern, and I get that they have to be careful. They can't take a chance of somebody getting hurt by one of these drones.
No, and if that were my child, I would blow up.
And according to the report I read, that the parents talked about the child who did get that he was doing well. He's in recovery.
Good.
But it's still kind of scary that your child got hit with a drone and had open heart surgery.
And that poor kid wasn't gonna want to go to a drone show
never gonna wanna see a drone
and
show
as a
again.
parent, I would be, but I'm a overprotective parent, but I would not want to take my child someplace after something like that happened.
You'd be worried to death something like that could happen again. If it's happened
yeah.
once, what's to stop it from happening? I mean, the odds are that it's not, but it could.
Absolutely.
So it's always one of those fear things that's like, just don't take stuff for granted.
Yeah.
And that explains why we don't have drones in the parks at Walt Disney World, because they're really, like at Magic Kingdom, where would they fly? There's not enough big enough body of water to fly them above.
That's true.
For safety reasons. The lagoon at Epcot, you could do it easily.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, at Magic Kingdom, would be
never know what could be coming.
No. So that was all our stories for outside of Disney. I do have one more story I want to talk about.
Okay.
That I mentioned to you before we went on air. So I had checked my email a little while ago, and I had an email, which I've never gotten before, and I don't remember signing up for these alerts. Golden Oak Realty had sent out an email that there was a new home available in Golden Oak.
Ooh.
And I'm ready to move to Golden Oak. I remember John years ago, he said, like, if everybody we knew put in like $100.
That's not going to be enough.
That's not even near enough.
Okay, anyway, so do you know what this home entails? Like,
okay, so this is one house is available if you go to their website. One house is available. It's on a kind of like a corner lot. So you don't have a neighbor on the one side. Just one side you have a neighbor, one side you have wood.
Okay, so far I'm in.
Okay. The house, it's a Grand Villa Amor.
What does that mean?
That's just the name of the build, what it looks like. The house is 10,742 square foot. It has 7 bedrooms.
Ooh.
7 bathrooms, and 2 half bathrooms.
Oh my God, that's a lot to clean.
It is a whole lot to clean. Do you want to take a guess on what this house costs? Now, it's a... I'll read this real quick. The sprawling Mediterranean masterpiece welcomes you to a lifestyle defined by luxury and attention to detail. Enter through the beautiful double doors into an exquisite grand foyer with soaring ceilings, a winding staircase, and a sparkling Swarovski crystal chandelier.
Ooh.
The eye is drawn outside to the well-appointed outdoor living room and summer kitchen overlooking the pool, offering a refreshing oasis, whether relaxing or entertaining. The home's gourmet kitchen overlooks the 2-story family room with fireplace and features custom cabinetry, premium appliances, a serving counter, and gorgeous granite countertops. Nearby is the formal dining room with a castle-inspired fireplace adjacent to an impressive wine room. This incomparable home offers the ultimate in convenience, entertainment, and comfort, whether it's in the dramatically detailed home theater, fitness room, teen loft, or art studio. A breathtaking retreat, the primary suite boasts a fireplace, morning bar, and well-appointed in-suite bath. Other remarkable features include a pet grooming room, a separate guest siesta, home office, pool, waterfall, 4 garages, 3 with lifts, and a smart home lighting and audio system.
That is way too much. You talk about extra. That's extra.
And the pictures just...
I know, I want to see them.
You won't see the price, but that's just some of the pictures of some of the house and such.
Oh my God.
So I'm going to let you read the price to everybody.
Okay. Where is it? Oh, you guys. Oh my God, it took my breath away. Wait, I need water. Hold on. Holy cannoli.
So all that did sound impressive.
$14.5 million. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a little out of our price range.
A a little.
That's how I'm gonna say this.
You need to win the lotto for something.
You have to win the lotto, and then you still have to. Because imagine the taxes alone every year on something like that. What it would cost. $14.5 million for this home. And it's absolutely amazing. So
it better be for that price.
If you want to see it, you can go to DisneyGoldenOak.com and see this house. And we're not working with them in any way. They don't pay us to talk about this. It was just an email I got, and I thought it was just a fun thing to share.
I think it's funny that they sent it to you.
I know.
We can't afford $14 million.
Ironically, it went to my spam folder.
Oh.
Which I thought was kind of funny. But even reading through here, some of the highlights, again, they come out. Again, 10,742 square foot of indoor living space, situated on a corner lot, 7 bedrooms, 7 bath, 2 half baths, outdoor living area with summer kitchen, pool and spa with fiber optic Starfield ceiling in the pool gazebo.
Stop.
Primary suite features fireplace, in-suite bath with elegant soaking tub, impressive wine room adjacent to the formal dining room. Millennium Falcon themed theater scaled for large groups. Multiple courtyards for privacy, outdoor relaxation. Extras include guest siesta, fitness room, Disney touches throughout, 4 garages, 3 with a lift. A lift, which means the 2-story garage.
Oh my gosh.
So Michele and I are going to start a GoFundMe today. And if we can get 14.5 million followers to give us $1 each. Or if we can get 1 million followers each, give us $14.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
We can almost afford it.
We will do live feeds from there all the time.
I will do a live feed every day. It will be like the Truman Show. You guys will see us wake up. You will see us go to sleep. You guys, whatever you want to see, we can make it work. But there's all kinds of perks that come with living at Golden Oak.
There better be.
It's just not the house. You get all kinds of extended perks for living there. But yeah, this house it blows me away looking at the pictures and they have a video brochure that you can download to watch the house.
Yeah, you know what though, that at this point, I mean, a lot of people would want to see that brochure just to be nosy.
Yeah, and I mean, we know some of the people who live over there.
Gosh, he's playing the video brochure right now. Oh my! It was like a hotel.
It does, doesn't it? It's like it's absolutely amazing, this house. So make sure you go out to Disney Golden Oak.
Oh my God, the staircase!
Yeah, Disney Golden Oak.
Guys, this is outrageous. I mean, it looks like a hotel. Like
it really does. And like they said, castle ceilings in some of the rooms and such like that. So it's just absolutely amazing. There is celebrities who live over in Golden Oak that we know. We know for sure Pat Sajak lives over there.
Yeah, he's got a house over there.
We know a few other celebrities who live in there. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Pat, I know, is publicly spoken that he lives there, but we know other people who live there who are celebrities also.
Yeah, because he used to invite his Golden Oak friends to Wheel of Fortune.
Yes, he did. So, but yeah, go out there and check that out, DisneyGoldenOak.com, and you can see this house. It's the only house listed that's available currently, so go check that out over there. So
you better look quick. I'm sure someone's going to scoop that baby.
I'm going to try to get it. If we can get this GoFundMe going as soon as we get done with this podcast, we'll see what we can do. Maybe.
Oh my gosh!
Look at the theater.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! The theater looks like the Millennium Falcon.
Doesn't it? It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, go check that out definitely if you get a moment.
You can dream with us.
You can dream with us. So wow, we're doing really good. 52 minutes. Well, I didn't think we were going to be able to pull a whole hour, but it looks like we did. So I do have a question for you. Okay. And it kind of goes back to something we talked about. So earlier we were talking about Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, going through the refurb. And you had mentioned some of the effects and such that the one in Disneyland has that we don't have here at Walt Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the rides out in Disneyland, which most of them are better than their counterpart at Walt Disney World.
Yes, they are.
For different reasons. Is there any one of them out there that you would wish they would almost duplicate it and bring it to Walt Disney World?
Okay, so that's a trick question to me.
Okay.
Okay, and here's why. If something is exactly spot on, I think it maybe takes a little bit away. Like, so for those of you who have not been to Disneyland, and I'm sure you've heard us talk about it, their Pirates out there is longer and it's better.
Mm-hmm.
And it's different from ours.
Completely.
I mean, some of the scenes are the same, of course.
But so many different ones.
And it's longer, it's better.
Yes.
And I just got done saying Haunted Mansion out there it's creepier, it's better. So there's something to be said for having differences. So if you know what I'm saying? I know what I'm trying to say. To look forward to seeing something different when you go out there. And yes, there are things that are the same, but there's things that are a little bit different.
I mean, even their Big Thunder out there, like we said, is different, but even the ride just feels different. The queue is outside and as opposed
It's
to
so
inside.
it's weird. It's very bizarre because it's familiar but not.
Space Mountain's completely different out there.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Space Mountain because our Space Mountain is painful.
Okay.
And theirs is a little smoother, and you can sit side by side. You don't have to,
Yes.
like, break your back to get in and out of those spaceships. And, those of us who have a bad knee have a really hard time getting in and out of those carts because I can't stand up.
Right.
It's like I have to crawl out of it. And, like, if I know that we're going to go on there, I will not wear a skirt to the park because I have to be very unladylike to get myself out that cart.
Okay.
All right. So if you that sounded really bad. I mean, like if you have to bend over or whatever. Okay. Anyway, bike shorts help with that. But anyway, so I think it would be easier, better. I do like their Space Mountain better.
Yeah, and like Michele said, it's a as opposed to ours where it's 2 carts of 3 people here.
That are basically sitting on the ground.
Sitting on the ground. There it is actually side by side. So it's kind of a similar cart to like any other roller coaster where you're sitting next to the person who you went on the ride with as opposed to sitting in front or behind that person. You're sitting side by side. And I think that's for 6 people. So the reason for that was when they built the ride, they didn't have the space to build it as large as the one in Walt Disney World. So they said, well, how we can get just as many people through is create the ride to hold double the people at a time on a track, and that's what they did.
And it's smoother.
It is.
I know they were closed for a little bit for a refurb years ago, but I don't know because I think that, like I said, I like the differences, but I think you could get away with changing that one here to make it a little more user friendly. Let's say.
Okay.
But okay, I'm gonna take it a step further. So our Space Mountain here, like I said, it's a pain in the butt to get in and out of, and it's a little rickety, let's say. Rickety is a good word.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Matterhorn.
Yes.
Out at Disneyland.
Yeah, you sit single, individual file kind of.
And it hurts like a mother scratcher.
I was too long for it. I had to sit with one leg basically under me.
Yeah, Scott was too tall for it. And and since we've been back to Disneyland a few times, and that was a one and done for the Matterhorn, which is really a shame. Because it is so iconic and classic, and I might do it again.
I want to try it again. The way I had to maneuver my body to get into that one.
We got off of there, and I remember standing up going, ow.
I've lost a little bit of weight, so it might be easier for me since the last time we did it.
I've lost weight since then, too.
But yeah, if I have to sit on my leg to be able to sit on the ride.
Well, sometimes people I'm tall, you're tall, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes tall people don't fit in these rides very well because our legs are too long.
Right.
Like for Vegas, I will always use it, Astro Orbiter.
Oh, yeah, I can't fit on that.
You can't fit in there, and my legs were like, my knees were up to my chin, and I can't do that because it's just not comfortable.
Yeah, we waited all the time. We got all the way up there. We go to sit in the cart, and literally, I could not get in the cart safely and then have you sit in the cart with me. So
and then you couldn't even do it by yourself. Your legs were too long. So then I sat there by myself with, like I said, my knees under my chin going, this is not a good time.
No, it's not fun at all. So, okay, that answers my question.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And I think it's good information for those who've never been to Disneyland but have been to Walt Disney World to let them know
there are
differences. And like I said, we love Disneyland. Oh, if I had to pick one or the other, I'm picking Disneyland over Walt Disney World every day. But I'm not saying I don't like Walt Disney World. They're both great. This one's just
Disneyland has the nostalgia factor, and so I could have said something that would have caused like people to pick at our house.
Oh no, you're gonna have people grabbing at their pearls.
Yeah, pearl clutching is gonna happen right now.
Oh boy, here we go.
I could have said.
You are saying it technically.
Okay, no, I'm not saying to do it. I said I could have.
Okay.
Guardians Mission Breakout over at Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tower, I love the tower, but Guardians Mission Breakout is such a fun ride.
It is. So, and that is, I guess, okay, I'm going to go back to my other philosophy here also. that we have Tower of Terror, Twilight Zone theme, and then they have Guardians Mission Breakout. So they are essentially the same ride, different themed, different feeling. Like Guardians is like a big bouncing party.
It is.
To where Tower of Terror is not.
Right. An interesting thing also is that the rides, while they are similar and everything, the way they function are completely different.
They are. And there's screens at Guardians. Like there'd be spots like as like Tower of Terror, you go up and a lot of times you don't see anything.
Yes.
That's not the same with Mission Breakout. There's screens and it makes it look like you are actually, like the Guardians are there.
Right.
So yeah, I can see two sides of the coin with that one. I mean, yeah, it would be super cool, but then would it take something away from the one out there? And the diehard Disney people who do not want that tower touched at all, which I can understand because I love things the way they are.
And our tower here at Walt Disney World is the original tower.
Yeah.
Theirs was built after ours was built.
Right. So yeah, I mean, see, that would be if I can't make decisions to save my life anyway. But if I were in charge, if somebody said, "Hey, you have to make this call," nope. Because
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it because I like both.
Right.
And it's very hard to pick. It's almost like trying to pick your favorite child or your favorite dog, or you know what I'm saying? Like you love it all.
Right.
And it's very hard. So I just wanted to say that. I could have said that, but I don't feel strong enough to say it.
You don't want to get hate mail.
No, I don't, because I don't fully know if I would want that.
Because you want the option to have both.
Right. So.
And it's not like something they could just do an overlay because the way, I mean.
No, the other one's too high tech. The one out in California is way high tech.
And even the queue line, while it's phenomenal here walking through the lobby of the hotel and getting on the elevator and walking through the steam room area, the engineered room at the bottom, it's all fantastic. But out there are so many Marvel Easter eggs. To look everywhere out there.
It's
awesome.
very well done.
Very well done. They did a phenomenal job.
So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Just throw that in the wind for
just
a second.
To see what people would think for a minute.
Well, because I like both, so I couldn't make that call.
I understand.
But Space Mountain, we'll go with that.
Okay, we'll go with Space Mountain. Anyway, so that's all I have to talk about. Did you have anything else you wanted to mention before I read our sponsor?
Anything else? No.
Okay, well, as we mentioned earlier, Disney is running the free dining plan promo right now. So if you're interested in that, or if you're interested in any type of vacation,
or you want to go check out the Treasure because it is really nice.
Go check out the Treasure because it's a fantastic ship. We've both decided it's our favorite ship.
It's our new favorite
of the Disney Cruise Line group. We talked to Chuck and Karen the other day. Chuck feels it's going to be his favorite ship once he's been on it too, from just everything we've told him about it. So it is phenomenal. But if you need help booking that trip, or if you want to go on a Royal Caribbean ship, you want to go on Utopia of the Sea.
Yeah, which is like a city on the ocean.
It's on a city on the ocean, and it's humongous.
Huge.
You can reach out to our friends at MEI Mouse Fan Travel. They will help you plan the perfect vacation wherever you want to go. They will take care of all the hard work for you, making sure everything works out the way you want it. If you need dining reservations, if you need to know what days you should go to the parks, they will help you plan the perfect trip, and it doesn't cost you a dime. I swear to you, it will not cost you anything more. You could go out there and book the exact same stuff, but then you've got to deal with all the headaches if prices change, if you want to get your own dining reservations, if you want to do any of that, you have to do it all. They're going to take care of it for you. So reach out to them.
Which is way easier.
Way easier. So there's links all over our website. You click on any one of those, you're going to fill out like a small little form, just want to know what you want. One of their great agents will reach out to you and help you plan that perfect trip. And again, free for you.
Free is good.
Our other sponsor, Kingdom Strollers, they've been our stroller scooter partner for many years now, the Mickey Mouse. And they have all kinds of things, and they will help you with your rentals when you're in Walt Disney World or Universal, SeaWorld, wherever you're going. They will deliver the rental.
The Orlando area.
Anything in the Orlando area. They will deliver the equipment to wherever you're staying. If you're staying at a house, if you're staying at a hotel, resort, wherever, they will drop it off and pick it up for you to make it as easy as for you. And they do have some other things they can rent. So if you want to check out their website, kingdomstrollers.com, you can see everything they have, and just let them know you heard about them from the Main Street Mouse.
Yeah, tell them we said hi.
Tell them we said hi. So that's all I have for today. I am done, so I'm going to let Michele go ahead and close out the show.
Okay, well, my brain is all over the place because I'm thinking about $14 million houses and Tower of Terror versus Guardians Mission Breakout. So I am just going to wrap all that up. Oh, don't forget to check out lostprincessapparel.com for your favorite comfortable theme park outfits and more. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you for tuning in as always. And we wish you a wonderful, fabulous, fantastic, magical week ahead. And we will see you real soon.
Our trip around the Magic Kingdom is almost complete. I can't thank you enough for spending part of your day with me. And I hope you've enjoyed your journey as much as I've appreciated being a part of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please gather your belongings. Watch your head and step as you exit. And take small children by the hand.
On behalf of our entire flight crew, thanks for soaring with us.
Now I will raise the safety bar, and a ghost will follow you home.
Some imagination, huh?